Okay. We are in Grand Elementary School in Colorado Springs. Today is April 6th. It's 8:45 in the morning. This is Mrs. Grant. I work with her for my field hours, and I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Uh, could you please tell me what methods do you use to teach math?
So I start off with the methods that are introduced in the textbook itself in the basal, and I definitely try to hold myself to the standards that are expected from the basal itself. But I do try to make sure that the students have access to other methods as well, things that maybe their parents have learned, because when they have to go home and expect assistance if they struggle in any way, their parents need to be able to give them something that they'll be able to work with as well. And not every method works for every child, so they need to be able to have availability of different methods to be able to assist them.
Excellent. Could you please also tell me how do you normally open a class?
So I open my classes daily with reviewing what we talked about the day before and making sure that the students are able to explain to me what exactly it was that we had been working on, and have them give me just a little bit of an explanation of the method that was used and how we were able to complete the task from the previous day. And then from there we go in learning target for the current day, and I have my learning targets always posted on the board in a kid-friendly language, and I have the students themselves actually read the target off so that they know and understand what it is that we're going to be working on.
Excellent. I have another question. How do you do attain information for formative assessment?
So I look first at their homework that's turned in and the classwork that we're doing, and I see who's been struggling, who really needs extra assistance. When I look at the homework, I look to see if they're really understanding the task, if they're being able to show their work and explain their thought process. Once I see that they are able to handle that, and I'm understanding that they really are getting the task and the concepts that are being taught, that's when I'm okay giving them the formative assessment and making sure that they can prove that they've got the concept without me needing to stand over them and assist them with that process.
Good. Mrs. Listen, I have another question.
Sure.
Do you have a particular method to teach children who are struggling in math?
So it really depends on the concept that's being taught. I try to teach to all of the different modalities because not everybody learns in the same way. And I myself am a very visual learner, so I do a lot of drawing and a lot of depicting of things on the board for the students so that they're not only seeing it, but they're also hearing it. And then I try to get the students engaged as well, have them come up and explain to each other what's happening, and try to really work through the problems and explain their thought process. When I have a particular student or a small group of students, then I'll try to work with them one-on-one or in that small group setting, and that's when I try to bring in more of the manipulatives or being able to draw on their dry erase board or any of those kinds of things that might help it sink in. But again, it really does depend on the concept being taught as well.
Oh, okay. Excellent so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.